The spatial-based rhetorical text that I picked for my podcast this week is the 9/11 Memorial in New York. The 9/11 Memorial is a remembrance site honoring the victims of the terrorist attacks from September 11, 2001, as well as the people that were killed in the 1993 bombing on the World Trade Center. This memorial features two twin reflecting pools that are placed exactly where the Twin Towers were standing at one point. It also features name panels of every person who died in the attacks, both in 2001 and in 1993, on the edges of those reflecting pools. There's also a museum featuring various exhibits, artifacts, and personal experiences, though today I will be focusing more on the reflecting pools and the name panels. The reflecting pools being in the same exact spot where the Twin Towers once stood is very symbolic. The specific layout of the memorial uses negative space, which is an intentional void where architecture was once standing. Negative space shows power. The large size of the original Twin Towers is very clear through this memorial and through that empty space. Additionally, the deep layout draws one's eyes away from the busy and bustling streets of New York and down into what was. This was not done by accident, but was a rhetorical choice made by the people that constructed the memorial. When visitors come to the memorial, they look into the empty center where the water falls into a hidden depth, making those visitors truly feel the absence of the Twin Towers directly. This is because the loss that was caused by 9/11 really changed New York and the United States forever, and it caused an unfillable gap for the city of New York. The reflecting pools being in the Twin Towers' exact place truly forces the viewers to look down into their absence and truly feel what is missing. This also incorporates the idea of presence and absence, not because the architects of the memorial forgot something out that should have been there, but because they are using the absence of something for people to better remember the tragedy. The name panels of every person who died in both of the World Trade Center attacks were not random either. The names were all placed very, very strategically, representing exactly where the victim was on that day and the people that they were close to. Rather than arranging the almost 3,000 names in alphabetical order like many other memorials that could have been treating the victims as just data points, these architects grouped them based on their real-world lives and their real-world relationships. For example, the first responders who worked at the same firehouse or police station are put alongside one another. The passengers on the flight are put alongside one another. The flight crews are alongside one another. And the co-workers from the same companies that work in the two towers, they were put right next to each other. This arrangement helps to create a physical map of human connection. These people did not just die on the same day or within the same hour or in the same area and place. They lived and worked together every single day. The takeaways from this memorial could be different for some, but I believe that because of how it was built, people most likely leave thinking about the human cost of tragedy, the courage people can have when in crisis mode, and the true resilience of communities when facing a devastating tragedy like this, and how people can move on and to grieve afterwards.